So Regenerosity is a nonprofit, and we support and strengthen grassroots leaders and organizations who are protecting and restoring biodiversity-rich ecosystems while addressing the needs of our local communities and supporting the revitalization of Indigenous and traditional cultures. We believe that healthy grassroots organizations collaborating at a bioregional scale is key to a thriving ecosystem. We also deeply believe that trusting in local expertise and connecting organizations and leaders to learn together, redistribute power, and amplify unheard voices is the way forward. So we do this through two of our programs, our Blossom program, which is a 2-year capacity strengthening program, and then our Seed Flow Fund, which is why we're here today. And we have 2 seed flow funds. We have one in Brazil that we've been running for nearly 3 years, and then our seed flow fund in Africa, which this is the second cohort of, and this program has been running for 2 years. So we deeply believe that when we trust women with resources and decision-making power, remarkable things can happen. For the Africa Women's and Youth Regenerative Flow Fund, we first invited our previous cohort, which Bemriki was a part of. If you want to wave, Bemriki. And Wagesa was also a part of and led that flow fund. And then also we have an African advisory board, and they reached out to local and regional networks in their communities who nominated the women that you're about to meet, who are working with land-based initiatives and supporting food sovereignty and livelihood programs, or inside or in the buffer zones of priority habitat areas in a bioregion of the East African coastal forest, as well as the Lake Turkana Sud grasslands, bushlands, and forest bioregion. So we selected 10 women that went through a jury process and brought them on for a 6-month grant, which was an unrestricted grant to either continue a project or to launch a new project. Each of these women was given an unrestricted grant of $3,000 for them to use within initiatives in their community over a 6-month period. And then we held 7 online peer-to-peer learning sessions and 2 communications workshops where they learned about how to build their social media presence and share stories more widely. And then finally, this is like the culmination celebration ceremony where they get to share with you and we get to hear these incredible stories. So this fund aims to celebrate these community leaders, share stories, and resource them so they continue to do this work, really. And this work really deeply benefits their communities that they're living in. So we know that this amount of funding is small. It's really an investment into their community and into their leadership ability. And it helps women feel recognized and renews their commitment to the work. It also helps us to build these relationships and support the connection to potential further funding and a potential lead into the Blossom program.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Faith, for the wonderful introduction of the Flow Fund. My name is Wagesa Jane Fraser, and I live in Kenya in a small town called Kitale. I've been the East African coordinator for Blossom and Flow Fund programs, and connecting, being the feet and the eyes on the ground for the Regenerosity organization. It's been a wonderful learning also process for us and enjoyment as well, because I've visited most of these projects, like those ones that are in Kenya, to see exactly what they are doing on the ground. And it's been amazing and breathtaking. You're going to see what you're going to see from the pictures and the beautiful songs that they are going to share. I'm going to start from the drylands of Kenya, whereby we have 4 women who are coming from totally pastoral communities, and they are actually starting to learn to do farming activities. And so it's just like a new paradigm shift for them to start growing food in a way that they didn't understand before. And now they're producing immense food that can feed their families for 3 meals a day. And it's very fascinating. So we are going to start with Asinyen Lubin from Turkana. It's a dry land with very minimal rains, but she has managed actually to feed her family and the community with the little garden she had to plant. Yeah, so Anna Simako is from Kajiado County, and they are also a community of pastoralists, and women don't have say mostly, so they don't own land. But here they have gardens that they have developed. Mostly they have been doing beading, and with their women group, they have been doing a lot of beading and selling the beads to buy food for their families. But now they are starting to do gardens so that they can produce food as well as do beading and use money for school for their children. Yeah, now we come to Kwale County with our Mwanaidi Ibrahim Rua, who is actually a cultural woman leader in the community of Kaya. They are conserving, Kaya Forest is a sacred forest where the Mijikenda community go to pray. And so when it gets degraded, and then they say the spirits have refused to give them the rains, so now they are restoring it so that they can have rain. It has been like 2 years without raining in Kwale, and because they believe they destroyed the Kaya forest. So rain's coming back because they are restoring. Now we are going to go to the East African coastal region, and we are starting from the coast of Mombasa all the way to Mozambique, all the way to Zanzibar and to Zimbabwe. So we are going to start with Violet, who is at the coast of Mombasa, who was dealing with the waste management program, but in a unique way, gathering all the plastic containers on the coast of Mombasa and using them for container gardening. This is Christina Howell. Christina is a young, wonderful, passionate lady who is going to introduce us to very wonderful things that I never thought about doing. We move to Zimbabwe, and we have our own Rejoice Muntanori, and she's going to tell us about what she did with also her school club, which is very fascinating. We have our own Yasmin Mohammed. I looked at her one day and I thought, how does she do it? Oh my God, she's like a cedar tree growing in a desert. I don't know where she gets the rain, but she flourishes. But for now, we have our own Elise Angela, a wonderful lady who is doing marvelous things that I never dreamed about in my like I said, we have a little bit of disturbing news from Anna Constantia, and the area where she comes from has been attacked by Ami, I think, and so we're not able to reach her on phone either.
I would just close this out with saying, if you're interested in supporting the Seed Flow Fund for the next stage, or you're interested in donating directly to the women that have been part of this Seed Flow Fund, Ray has just put in the chat the link for the donation account, and reach out to us. Wegesa is on the ground in Kenya. I'm available anytime. I would love to have a conversation with you. And I would love if, Ray, if you want to get us all and being able to see each other and we can all come off of screen and just give a shout out to the women.
Thank you to each of the incredible 10 women that led this second cycle. Thank you to everybody that's joined us tonight to support this very replenishing and courageous work. If you come onto your screens, we'll take a quick photo, and we'll send out a mail out in the coming days. Please share their work and help us support even more good things to come. And